Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing. I want to focus a little bit more on the Tarot de Marseille. I know there's some amazing learning videos on how to read the tarot intuitively, how to read the Tarot de Marseille more intuitively, how to use basic keywords, how to connect the trump cards with the pip cards. There's so many amazing videos. Go and have a look. Have a look at how different people look at the cards, how they interpret. This is looking at Tarot de Marseille. This is more of what I want to call my practice ones, if you like. Because I'm not actually reading for anyone in particular, let's just do a reading on love within a relationship. Now, the relationship's very intimate. There's some stuff going on, and the clients come to us for some review, if you like. Not quite sure what's going to happen. I'm just going to pull out a selection of cards here. No idea what they are, so we're just letting them fall or pull out. This is all about a relationship that's intimate. There's some issues going on, there's some stuff happening, and the client just needs to know how they can improve the relationship, what do they need to do, what changes. Maybe there's some changes that's not what they expect. So just a nice selection of cards here. No idea what they are, how many, or whatever. Now, with the Tarot de Marseille, I actually prefer not to read the cards as individual positions, but to read them as a whole. So let's see what cards. So I'm going to do this. Okay, this is the first card that came out. So let's have a look at the cards, what we have. So you've actually got the Page of Wands. Now, we know the Page is youthful. We know the Wands is about being driven, motivation, creative, desires, passion. So we've got this youth, and he's looking, let's see, hopefully you can sort of see the card there. You can see that he's looking towards the wand. He's looking in that direction. He's looking forward. His body sort of turned to the side slightly, so maybe he's moving in that direction. So that's a start. Card number 2 is we've got the Force, or the Strength card. This is number 11 in the Tarot de Marseille. Okay, and you've got her, she's also looking in that direction, looking forward. So this is telling you that in the relationship, this is about moving forward in the relationship. Okay, now you're using about your passion, your drive. It's asking you to use your courage and your strengths in the relationship. And now we have 4 of Swords, just checking. Always check to see these numbers because they can be a little bit tricky. So you've got 4 of Swords. Now, 4 of Swords can talk about being a sense of, I want to say isolated in what's going on. No, it says reverse, okay. So this is a sense of, okay, they're looking towards feeling isolated. So maybe that even though they've had this motivation within the relationship and they've had this courage to sort of move ahead, they're still not quite feeling like they are in a relationship as such, because they're feeling a little isolated with what's going on. They feel themselves sort of blocked from that relationship. It doesn't seem to be sort of taking place. So let's see what next card is. We've got 8 here. 8 of Swords. Now we know 8's about a sense of renewal in some way. Again, you use it like in, okay, if it connects with the Justice card in this, it would be very much about a sense of balance. So maybe there's a sense of needing to find some balance within the relationship. Okay, balance in the mental thoughts. Now remember, this Swords is about intellect, it's about communication. So maybe you need to find some balance through communicating how you're feeling in regards to the isolation. Okay, and you're feeling not so stable in the relationship. So you need to find some balance. You need to. Okay, so we're looking at here. We've got the Empress card here, and Empress is about fertility. It's about bounty and abundance. So there's this nurturing, this growth, motherhood. Now, maybe you're feeling like you're a bit of a mother in the relationship. Maybe you're a little bit older in some way. Maybe there's a sense of needing to find the nurturing within the relationship. It seems to be, I feel like there's a lack of that, a lack of the nurturing. Maybe you're not feeling so nurtured and you're needing to nurture yourself in the relationship. Here we've got 6 of swords here, so it's asking you to find some harmony within your relationship. Maybe there's a sense of I still want to say struggles. I feel like there's just not finding that, 6 of Swords is normally a shift in thoughts, so maybe the thoughts have been a little bit chaotic, they haven't sort of been settled, and you're needing to find a way to move forward in that journey. I think you're finding a way to find. And here we have 4 of Wands, and 4 of Wands is about alliances, so you're needing to find some support in the relationship, find some hope, some dreams. Here we have the Star card come out, so it's, again, you've got that hope, you're letting go of the emotional baggage. You've got the water pouring out here. It's talking about maybe a sense of communication. Maybe there's a sense of how do you digest your experiences within the situation. Maybe you're needing to stay grounded in some way. I just get this whole, it's a lot of it, it's about perspectives, it's about thoughts, it's about plans and ideas that are not sort of being brought into fruition, not sort of coming through. So there is a sense of hope in the situation. Letting your true self sort of having the inner light, finding your inner light, which seems to be dull at this time. Maybe you're not feeling that richness within oneself. I shouldn't say richness within oneself. So you really, you took the courage, you had the risk, you had the courage to do this begin this relationship, but yet you're feeling a bit isolated, you're feeling like you need to have a shift in your thoughts. There's a sense of trying to find some balance, trying to find some movement forward in the relationship on some level, trying to find the fertility, the nurturing in the relationship. And it's all about looking, it's like they're looking towards the future here. And right at the end, you've got this, the star, the woman, the star who's vulnerable, she's naked. Here she's bearing all, and she's looking towards the past. She's like releasing all that energy of the past. So this is an interesting reading in regards to a relationship that could be looking at what do I need to do. So there seems to be a lot of releasing, a lot of letting go, acknowledging the isolation, acknowledging what's going on in your relationship, how you've got to shift and change your thoughts. Know that you actually aren't alone, that you can ask for guidance, you can ask for support, and it is about letting go and trying to find your inner light again in the relationship. And I think that's totally up to you what you do with that information. Anyway, that's the Tarot de Marseille for just another look at how you can read the cards. This is just one way of interpreting what each of these cards as a whole picture, not just individually, but as a complete whole. So when you look at this, you're saying, you know, you've jumped into this relationship with motivation and drive. You've had the courage to take the risk, but at the moment you're starting to feel a bit isolated from what's going on. You know that you need a sense of renewal within the relationship. You've got to build, you know, you want some balance, you want some stability, you want to find the sense of fertility, this nourishment within the relationship. So you're sort of finding yourself that you're really needing to start taking care of you, not worrying about too much about everybody else. Maybe you feel like you're the mother in the relationship, you're being a bit of a mother hen in the relationship, and that's sort of, you're feeling a bit unbalanced with it. So there's a sense of needing to find the shift in your thought patterns, change your thoughts, maybe change some ideas, and communicating and how you communicate. Knowing that you actually don't have to do this alone, you can ask for guidance, ask your guardian angel, ask family, ask for a friend, and ask the cards what you need to do, and know that there's always hope in what you want to do. It's about finding your inner light coming through. Okay, it's about pouring out, letting go of what's thing here. Yeah, I just get this whole sense of, you know, I want to say things will start to develop, even though you feel like things are closed in, things are contained. There is no growth, nothing sort of, it's being very stagnant in the relationship. You know, when I look at swords, I think of them being very stagnant and they're, you know, not being able to communicate clearly. They're sort of very blocked off from what's going on. So, you know, it's about you looking towards the future and then remembering what you need to release from the past. What do you need to actually let go of? What do you need to pour out in the relationship? Anyway, that's Tarot de Marseille with HeKate's Crossing. Take care and blessed be.